A brief quote from the pages of Marianne Williamson. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. End quote. One of the greatest things hidden from Earth humans is our true capacity as creators. We are truly empowered beings who have been taught to worship our own divine power by distancing ourselves from it and bound to our own power as God, whilst in fact, it is both our divine power we revere as God and fear as the devil. A truly disempowering state to be, is it not? To the spiritually awake, this is a very obvious thing, but for the most who still live in forgetfulness, this is a very scary and too radical reality to live in. And all those who have taken their initiations of rebirth, which others refer to as the resurrection, with the power of the ocean, have awakened to their truth of who they really are as well as their cosmic heritage. Every spiritually awakened person comes to the realization of the following mind-blowing and reality-shattering truths. This is why the spiritual transformation is so empowering and liberating. It goes without saying, the truth is yours to know, and for those of you who know the truth, freedom is yours, for truth awakens you to your true power. Truth number 1. You are the God of your own universe, and you are the originator of your own reality. Let us observe a projector projecting holographic images onto a screen. Only in this case, the so-called screen is your personal world and universe, whilst your mind and heart combined as your psyche is the computer and projector, whilst the spirit life force is the electrical energy empowering those equipments. Imagine yourself as the projector, generating every other circumstance. If you take your life as a movie, the spiritually awakened person knows that all friends, families, acquaintances, those close to you or distant, are all characters in your movie, playing by your attention and will. Every emotional experience or reactions, decisions, ideas, actions, either by you or others, and how everything affects you and vice versa, are playing by your own authority. You are the creator in your own universe, knowingly or unknowingly. This consequently calls for responsibility, that you create your own life, and therefore one is responsible for manifesting what one desires, by understanding that favorable experiences are based on body, mind and spirit in alignment, whilst uncomfortable experiences may be rooted in something very crucial being missing in your attention. So if the spiritually awakened person knows they create their own reality, then they very much know that there are no victims in life, just causes and effects. Understanding this powerful truth places power directly in your hands to create the life you desire. Manifesting a cause that you want creates the effects you desire, and effects deemed unfavorable calls for a different cause. Truth number 2. All things in existence, including God, is vibrational. All things in the universe and beyond are vibrations. Energies vibrating at different intensities shall invite you time and time again to align with them. The spiritually awakened person knows that aligning oneself with compatible vibrational states of anything becomes an additional feather to his wings to soar higher into consciousness, and vice versa. Alignment with a lower incompatible vibration shall by effect manifest heaviness and dense energies upon your soul, thereby forcing disharmonious circumstances backed by lower vibrational states like anger, jealousy, suffering, hypocrisy, low self-esteem, addictions, laziness, fear, anxiety, self-hate, victimhood, lack of responsibility. The spiritually awake align themselves with higher vibrational states like gratitude, appreciation, courage, humility, patience, emotional control, joy, love, non-judgment, praise, and a deep-seated connection with nature, appreciation for all life and all of nature kingdoms and elemental worlds by extension. The spiritually awakened person knows well to align his hopes, dreams, and ambitions with the compatible thoughts and emotions vibrationally for the manifestation and bringing into the supreme equation of affirmation plus visualization plus emotions of joy and gratitude, and afterwards making sure that all lower vibrations of anxiety, worry, self-sabotaging thoughts are drowned in the higher energies of gratitude and content. Since vibrations are everything, the spiritually awakened knows well to align themselves with the likes of other similar vibrational state to propel one another forward. They align themselves with the images, the thoughts, the people, conversations, music, language, company, locations, etc. of similar vibrations that give the soul joy and alignment to their purpose and agendas in life. Truth number 3. The joy of knowing your purpose on earth and the joy of living that purpose. The spiritually awakened knows their purpose of incarnation, and not only are they grateful for such a momentous opportunity to become the change they want to see in the world, they are joyous to doing the work they were born to do and spread the joy of its meaning. Be it creating music to make the heart sing, or manifesting healing for others, or motivating others with their words, or teaching new spiritual truths, or creating advanced spiritual and physical technologies, becoming influential leaders, or healing the environment, or bringing out new helpful ideas, or the resurrection of ancient wisdom, or solving persistent problems, or raising gifted children, or setting the pace for positive cultural and spiritual transformation, or teaching and molding young minds. Those who live their life's purpose with joy have a deep sense of fulfillment. It goes without saying that your gifts open doors for you. When you are joyous living the purpose you were born to do, Mother Nature owes you a debt of gratitude, and nature rewards you with abundant life. And when nature owes you a debt of gratitude, all her elemental spirits are ready to assist you. You only have to place the call. One of the biggest lies that have kept people in limitation in life is that life has to be a process of struggle and suffering in order to attain success and happiness later. The spiritually awakened one knows that it is rather oneness with nature and alignment with your divine higher self that brings joy, success, and abundance. But the misalignment with your life's purpose creates seemingly endless struggle. The spiritually awakened person understands that the living from the perspective of the higher nature without apology, and I repeat, without apology, makes them an unstoppable force for change. They very well know the presence of all adversaries, but that does not deter them, for they know that the very people who stand against the spiritually awakened are the very people they incarnated to help and awaken. The spiritually awakened knows that time is of the essence, and now isn't the time to limit their light just so other unawakened ones won't feel intimidated or threatened. Now is not the time to entertain limiting beliefs and disempowering concepts, protocols, and ideas. This is the time to rise above anything that empowers fear and backwardness. Now is the time to be an inspiration and a blinding light to break all stagnations. The awakened one becomes a powerful transmitter of universal truth and wisdom, igniting the fire of spiritual awakening within the heart of others. Truth number 4. Everything is happening for the transformation of consciousness. From a lower vibrational state of fear, challenges in life can be perceived as very unfair and cruel. Pain is the universal language of spirit urging us to take a closer look at a situation for areas of imbalance and adjustment. But suffering, on the other hand, is our inability to grasp the wisdom of what spirit, through pain, is trying to tell us. the personal responsibility of ensuring that one is spiritually protected by both higher vibration as well as alignment with spiritual allies shall tone down the voice of pain in one's life, because the spiritually awakened understands the sabotaging tendencies of lower vibrational entities and energies. Therefore, when one fails to take personal, physical, and spiritual protection seriously, the universe shall construct circumstances through the use of pain to remind you to align with the very important lesson of taking responsibility for your security. Likewise, the universe shall use pain to remind you of unhealthy attachments to people, outcomes, expectations. The inability to comprehend what life is reminding you may cause you to repeat your actions or entertain certain energies that are unhealthy, thereby establishing those painful experiences until you align yourself with the wisdom of life. Painful circumstances that result from lower vibrations like insecurity, low self-esteem, self-hate are not happening because the universe or God hates you, but rather growth is the law of life, and change is the constant reality all life is subjected to. The awakened person embraces any alert or promptings from spirit to realign when there are imbalances or need for change. We are eternal souls temporarily experiencing material existence, and such experiences in material bodies causes some forgetfulness in our true essence. Hence, the need to realign and remember who we are. When we contemplate that why do bad things happen to good people, the spiritually awakened knows that the universe does not recognize either good or bad, but rather recognizes vibrations, balance, and alignment. Like a game, every obstacle and puzzle life creatively puts in place is there to ensure that we move into the next level, more evolved and capable. So instead of cursing and banging your head onto a wall in reaction to what life challenges us with, rather seek to know the whats and the whys of any situation in order to determine the buried wisdom in order to rise above situations with ease. Higher consciousness is the game, because the awakened knows that all uncomfortable experiences were requested by the soul on higher realms before birth. Truth number 5. Love is the highest vibration. Love is the only reality. Love is all-pervading. It is the uniting force within diversity. Love is the highest vibration, and this supreme vibration called love cancels out any vibration lower than it. Love is the desire to include. It is the oneness at the core of the universe. Love is the grounding force of all nature, and it is the defining element of all souls. The awakened one understands that separation is an illusion and a false construct only entertained by lower consciousness. The awakened is well aware that separation as opposed to love creates the reality of words, because words create labels, and labels create boundaries, and boundaries create the vicious cycle of I am this and therefore I am not that. The awakened understand that separation is also by divine design in order for diversity to be a possibility, since love is the unity. But the lesson to remember is not to take that separation as the ultimate reality. Since diversity of all things are most obvious, it is easy to get caught up in its deception, and thus we fail to appreciate separation for what it actually is, as a way for the pieces of diversity of life to relate to itself. Trees, herbs, mountains, rivers, oceans, animals, humans, birds, insects, spirits are all mirrors reflecting pieces of the Creator back to one another. All forms of relationships are but temples of initiation into the mystery of what love actually is. To know it, to understand it, to live it, and to be transformed by it, and to spread it. Everything one encounters, the awakened one knows to ask whether that thing brings him closer to love or pushes him further away from love. the awakened one understands that they are the perfect incarnation of love and the true expression of divine unity. Truth number 6. There are no final destinations in life. The spiritually aware person understands that there is no final reward to attain as a result of one's spiritual growth. You as an eternal soul is complete, whole and perfect. The entire spiritual process is merely shedding away all that which blurs one's vision of who they really are as eternal consciousness. It's a lot like clearing weeds from a flower garden to allow an effortless blossoming of beautiful flowers. The awakened ones are no more better than those who are still asleep in consciousness. The only difference is that the awakened one just happen to remember who they are innately, more clearer than the slumbering ones. Also, awakened ones understand that life is a journey of unending transformations and that there are no final destinations, no final reward, no final entry into a mythical heaven, nirvana, or an everlasting resting place as a reward for higher consciousness. Since change is understood to be the eternal constant, there we have the awakened one understanding that there are infinite heights to attain, yet in higher consciousness, there is more room for expansion, more levels of growth. The awakened knows that the moment one concludes that they have finally arrived at their long-awaited destination, the stench of stagnation proceeds. So therefore the awakened does not accept anything as absolute, but rather an unending discovery of endless wonder. The awakened holds to his beliefs very lightly, ready to discard the old beliefs that is unserving and embrace the new that is useful, all along understanding that their perception of life is evolving.